Do you know what earnest money deposit is? How much is it? Where does that money go? I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Reyna Fullerton with Jerry Fullerton Realty here in Houston, Texas. I help buyers and sellers with their real estate needs, and I also help agents with their real estate questions. If this sounds like you, then hit the subscribe button down below so that you don't miss any future tips. Earnest money is a good faith deposit that you will have to put down as soon as you get an accepted offer. Here in Texas, the buyer has 3 days to deliver this money. For the buyer, it makes it real at that point. They are really buying a house. For the seller, it gives them some type of assurance that the buyer is acting in good faith and is serious, that they are taking the house off the market for a real offer. The amount of the earnest money is negotiable between the buyer and the seller. In my experience, the lowest that I've seen is $500. I usually recommend my buyers to offer around 1% of the offer price. Let's say you're buying a $300,000 home, then I will suggest that you offer $3,000 earnest money deposit. The higher the earnest money in a multiple offer situation, the stronger your offer is going to look and the more your offer is going to stand out from the other ones. Just keep in mind that the higher the amount, the more that you stand to lose if you were to breach that contract. The earnest money is commonly held by an impartial third party, such as an escrow company. The earnest money is made payable to the title company, not to the seller. If you're delivering this money by check, make sure that you have the funds available. You don't want your check to bounce. The seller will lose confidence. The earnest money is refundable to you if you cancel during the option period. This is a period of time negotiated in the contract to allow the buyer for inspections and to do their own due diligence. For example, the buyer wants to check the commute. Then this is the time to do that. They want to go and check out the neighborhood. They want to go in the afternoon on the weekends. Then make sure that you do all this during the due diligence. Most importantly, the option period offers the buyer the unrestricted right to terminate for any reason. And the beauty of it, you don't have to provide a reason if you don't feel comfortable with. So if you don't like the walls, you can terminate. If you don't like the neighborhood, you can terminate. If you don't like the driveway, you can terminate for any reason. Let your agent know, and they will fill out the form that has to be sent out to the listing agent. Financing contingency provides the buyer with additional protection in case they don't get that approval for the loan within a specific period of time, though, negotiated in the contract. The dream scenario is that the deal closes, right? Then you will get credited this earnest money towards the cash that you need to bring at closing. For example, your estimated cash to closing is $10,000 and you have provided with a $2,000 earnest money. Then you will really have to come only with $8,000 because you will get credited the $2,000 that you put for earnest money. Worst case scenario, if you were to cancel after you have exhausted all your contingencies or legal reasons for which you can back out of the contract and get your earnest money back, then the seller is entitled to keep the earnest money deposit. Why? Because they lost exposure by taking the house off the market while you were getting your inspections and your loan approved. And at the end of the day, they didn't get to sell the house. They keep that as compensation. Also, if you were in a multiple offer situation, those buyers may not be available to the seller, so they will get to keep that money. There are many other contingencies within the contract that allow you to back out without losing your earnest money deposit. Bottom line, if the buyer terminates the deal due to a contingency within the timelines agreed upon on the contract, the earnest money will be typically refunded to the buyer. Make sure that your agent is on top of all your deadlines so that you can be protected. I have never personally had any buyer lose their earnest money. I always make sure that my buyers understand the deadlines and how this can affect them losing or not their earnest money deposit. Every small decision that you make could have an impact on the fate of your earnest money deposit. So make sure that you understand every step of the home buying process. Have I answered all your questions? If not, make sure that you comment down below. Post your comment. You can text me, you can email me if you want me to talk more about earnest money deposit or any other topics. You can send me a suggestion. Before you go, make sure you click on the subscribe button so that you don't miss any future tips. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you click on the bell next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every time that I post a new video. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.